Who's this imposter who said she won? What is that? Is that what bitches do? Someone needs to grab her by the and throw her out. How did Nikki Haley get any votes? And that's a valid question. And that's also what I think is the most important dynamic here. This is not about the Republican base or the conservative base deciding, put it this way, there's no one in the country going, Trump, Haley, Trump.
That's right.
Haley, it's not a thing. They're not
Hamas, Israel.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I'm undecided, Frank Luntz, in your toupee and shitty sneakers. I'm undecided.
Is he still around, Big Frank?
Hands up if you hands up if you know what an actual focus group looks like. All right. Let's show a clip.
CBS News projects Donald Trump will be the winner of the New Hampshire Republican primary. It's the first time a Republican primary candidate, not technically an incumbent, has won both Iowa and New Hampshire.
I love how they're
since
forecasting
1976.
Nostradamus.
Trump's projected win
You can tell the
solidifies
pain in his
place
voice,
as the
just saying
GOP
that.
frontrunner.
Yes.
He's projected to be awarded at least 12 delegates. As a consolation prize, Nikki Haley will get at least 9.
To be clear,
Set of steak knives.
we projected that at the always. That's yes. There was no point at which we projected anything else, and I got mad at the Fox News decision for calling Arizona too early. So I felt like, ooh, am I being a hypocrite? No. We projected
New Hampshire for Trump.
For Trump always.
Yes.
So this also about Trump got 54%. It's broken some records. Trump got the most votes ever for a Republican, and just because it's hilarious, let's show this clip of Donald Trump chiding Nikki Haley as, quote, an imposter.
Who the hell was the imposter that went up on the stage before and claimed a victory? She did very poorly, actually. She had to win. The governor said she's going to win, she's going to win, she's going to win. Then she failed badly. I remember I sort of had the same feeling. I'm up and I'm watching, and I said, she's taking a victory lap. And we beat her so badly she was, but Ron beat her also. You know, Ron came in second and he left. She came in third and she's still hanging around.
I didn't know that.
Who's this imposter who said she won? What is that? Is that what bitches do?
He goes, we kicked, and he stopped himself.
Yes.
He was going to be like, we kicked her out. That's what he's going to say.
Someone needs to grab her by the and throw her out.
Yes.
So, Nikki Haley was actually impressed with her own performance, and
She
she's
was.
going on. We have exclusive footage of Nikki Haley celebrating second place. Sorry. Hey, research team, that was childish. Let's show the actual footage that we do have from her campaign headquarters. All right, so this is an important dynamic here. My question to you is, what is your main takeaway from these primaries, aside from the fact that it's obviously going to be Donald Trump?
Right.
Some people call him former president. Some people call him sitting President Trump. I call him President Trump.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
That's fair. Yeah.
And you respect the office, former Vice President Biden. We really haven't talked about former Vice President Biden much because he's dead. So
Behind the boiler in the basement.
Somebody's wearing a Biden suit.
Rigor mortis set in and nobody realizes it. Drink the Ensure. I take it.
Carnation, instant breakfast. All right. We're just going to continue naming dated meal replacements.
Here we go.
Now, here's the thing. Nikki Haley did get some votes, and you're saying, how? Here's how. You have to understand that in the state, right, unaffiliated voters can vote. So the big difference here, the importance to see, and this is how people like in the past, I should say, like Mitch McConnell, like Mitt Romney ended up being representatives. There are ways to game the system. And I'm not talking about a voting machine being created by the ghost of Chavez, okay? I'm talking about foul play that has taken place, like in the election that Stacey Abrams claimed she won. So
claims.
Donald Trump cleaned up. Not even, that's right, she still claims. With registered Republicans, it wasn't even close. Haley only won with Democrats and independents. So with registered Republicans, that's 51% of voters, Trump won 74 to 25. Now with independent voters, they make up 43% of the voters. Trump only got 38% and Haley got 60%. And then with Democrats, who only made up 6% of the voters, granted, they should make up no voters in a Republican primary. Yeah. Yes. Trump got 5% and Haley got 88%. Now, I know you're saying, hey, hold on a second, how relevant is that? What I want you to keep in mind is that combined, the independent and Democrat voters, right, it's pretty much half of the voting here. Yeah. Now, if you can vote unaffiliated and you see the numbers with the Republican voters or the registered Republicans, you obviously would know that half of these people have no business voting in the primary at all. And they have and the question becomes, why do they have a vested interest in Nikki Haley winning any sort of primary state? Here's a New Hampshire voter explaining exactly why, how, and when they will continue to vote for Haley.
Nikki Haley.
And why did you vote for Nikki Haley?
It's a vote against Trump.
Fuck off.
I think it would be better to have her against Biden in the elections than it would be Trump and her.
Do you consider yourself generally independent, Republican, or Democrat?
Democrat.
So when you undeclared, you voted for Nikki Haley. If it was Nikki Haley against Joe Biden in a general election, who are you voting for?
Joe Biden.
What is...
That's the Haley contingency.
Yes. Great.
And then people say, why? Oh, look, all the Trump tards. You just want to say establishment.
Well said. Well said, my friend.
It wasn't even our question. It was CNN.
And of course, Donald Trump and Haley, they seem to be at odds with each other. Some people suspect this is, because there's political theater. They're actually just gearing up to release their new album, which, look, that's just, I don't know if that's.
Come on.
I cannot.
I love that. That's a good one.
Fact check it.
She's a little bit cunty. A little bit of rock and roll.
I've got you, bitch. Bitch.
They say they don't pay the rent.
That's what they say. They say
love doesn't pay the rent.
That being a bitch won't pay the rent. I would never say that. But I've got you, bitch. That's what they say.
I gotta get that down.
A lot of people say that, Nick. A lot of people say, bitch.
God damn it. I can't even come close to that. I can do Jimmy Carter. I can do the guy that died on the porch drinking lemonade, President McKinley. Who the fuck was that? McKinley.
He was assassinated.
McKinley got shot.
You got a killer McKinley?
No, who's the guy that had lemonade and died, remember?
No, I don't remember. What is this story?
Someone can fact check it in control room.
We'll
So
pull
look,
it up later.
This is an important dynamic too. Donald Trump now still leads the national average, right? He's beating Joe Biden in a general by 2.9%. This is particularly notable when you contrast it with the same time in 2020 in this election, at the same stage in the election. Biden was up by 4 points.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump being up at all is...
It's almost a 7-point swing.
Can I play devil's advocate here, though?
Yes, devil.
Just... Man of cloth jumped all over that devil.
I'm just distracted because you said devil's advocate, and I was thinking of that Charlize Theron scene.
Yeah, she had that baby fat still.
I know.
Oh, yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
Give me a sport.
Okay, but play devil's advocate.
I forget what I was going to say.
Really? You were thinking of your sister?
No, what was it?
She's your sister. That's
about Trump.
Go ahead.
About Trump being up a couple of points. I want to get excited, but that almost sounds bad when you consider who he's running against. Oh, he's beating a dead guy by 2 points. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He should be. That's how fucked up, and I think how rigged all this shit is. It's all fake. Like the Jew said. Somebody wrote this story. I'm just saying he should be up in a semi-perfect world.
The fact that they have to admit it at all, though, means it's probably
no.
way
That's
more.
true, but I'm just saying in a semi-normal state of mind, this country, he'd be up by. I mean, considering what Biden has done, which is 0, he should be up by 38 points.
You would think so. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand the point.
how I
but
feel about
I
that.
also don't want people to be.
They just.
I was going to say, like, what we've seen in the data is that this margin tends to, in the past, it's narrowed, meaning Biden's lead narrowed down, right? So what we're seeing right now is that lead doesn't exist in the first place, and if the movement continues like it did in the past, Trump's lead will grow.
Yes. Which it won't, because we know how they play dirty. Something's coming up.
Well, they played dirty, but if there is a certain point where it's insurmountable. But I do appreciate you playing devil's advocate.
Thank you.
But still, that's wrong. She's my sister. So there are not enough people who have seen that film.
Great
that
movie.
you'll understand.
Great movie.
Come on, she's good looking. She's your sister. No
I used to jog around that track.
Oh, really?
In Central Park, where they were
the demons.
Yeah, the demons would grab those guys.
Yeah, that's. But by the way, and I'm sorry, I'm going off book, but it's a weird film. If you don't know what you're in for, it's devil's advocate, and you're like, oh, this is a court drama.
Nope.
And you're like, no, wait, this is actually about he's the devil.
Yeah.
He's the actual, and then it becomes a supernatural thing, and it's not my favorite, but the point is, I went in thinking this was going to be like The Jury, or The Verdict.
No, you're right. Me too.
Nope.
All of a sudden, Pacino's got fire coming out of his nostrils.
Splitting open. I'm like, what am I?
He's farting flames. I go, this isn't a normal lawyer.
I didn't know that. How are they going to tie this in?
Yeah, exactly. Who wrote this?
I was way off.
All right. So back to the New Hampshire primary, I guess. January 22nd, there was a Harvard-Harris poll. And this is also important because you look at this primary, you go, oh, okay, well, the independents. Well, again, these are independents who are Democrats because they're unaffiliated.
Yeah.
In a national election, independents actually help Donald Trump. They increase his lead over Biden. So in a two-way race, okay, Donald Trump 48, Biden 41. In a three-way race, Donald Trump 41, Biden 33, with RFK Jr. 18%. So I don't want you to be defeatist and say, well, this just means that obviously unaffiliated or independent voters, that's going to harm Donald Trump. No, as a matter of fact, if we have a third-party candidate, that would help him more. These are not representative at all of independent voters. These are Democrat plants, as you just saw.
So New Hampshire is not representative of the rest of the United States with their Franco-American heritage?
New Hampshire? No.
Come on. Yeah, second primary. You deserve it, New Hampshire.
Yeah, live free or vote for Biden.
Right.
Fricks.
And by the way, this is also pretty funny just because, I like this. He's already claiming victory because the next states are going to be Nevada and then South Carolina, which, of course, Nikki Haley will lose, and that's going to be embarrassing. It'll be her home state. Yeah. I'm sure she'll say it's
calling a shot.
I'm sure it's because she will say it's ovaries. Now, Donald Trump is claiming victory already in the upcoming, or claimed it, Nevada primary.
Next week, it's Nevada.
Nevada.
Next week, it's Nevada. It's not South Carolina. We love South Carolina, but next week, it's Nevada.
Oh, God, I love this guy.
And I'm pleased to announce we just won Nevada.
Oh, my God.
100%.
I guarantee you right now, the media is coming out. Donald Trump has admitted to rigging the primary in Nevada.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly right. It's do a thing on 60
It's called
minutes.
mental warfare. It's like when Arnold in that Pumping Iron documentary, Lou Ferrigno's parents showed up for the Mr. Olympia. He's like, and I told your parents better luck next year that I already won the Mr. Olympia. And poor Lou Ferrigno, he's just like, gotta train harder. Oh! It's really uncomfortable watching him as a deaf guy. He's like, oh, gotta beat Arnold. Oh,
He talks like that?
That's exactly how he talks.
I ran into him at an airport. You wouldn't say that to his face.
No.
I did.
Well, now he talks different. I would do Incredible Hulk.
He would. Good.
That's all the steroids. Goes from, I want to be the Hulk to, I'm the Hulk. All right, fine.
What a monster.
You got a better voice out of it.
Yeah. All right. But that's what he did. Arnold said, I already won it.
Yeah.
And you could just see it defeat Lou Ferrigno. They did him dirty in that Pumping Iron film. It was all fake, and it was a hit job. Arnold is basically a sociopath. Now, that being said, Haley seems to be confident that she can win South Carolina.
Speaking of sociopaths.
This race is far from over. There are dozens of
you
states
silly bitch.
left to go.
I got tons of states to lose.
Why is she in a wetsuit?
And the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
Yes.
She's likable. She's a nice
They will be
lady.
stunned to find out that Scuba Steve is amongst them.
Yeah, what the fuck? In an evening gown, you lost.
I have not yet begun to lose.
Who are you wearing? Doesn't matter. I want to know. Who are you wearing? So they can get all the publicity from your fantastic performance. Who are you wearing? Balenciaga, let's give them a call. I'm sure they're thrilled with their decision.
Bitch. It's called Last Place Apparel.
You are broke, bitch. Now, he is destroying her in the South Carolina polls. 62-25 in her home state.
Is that right?
Is this the domestic battery you spoke of?
Oh, my God, what a beating.
And everyone has endorsed him, by the way. Everyone has endorsed him in South Carolina. So this is where you need to know. There is no reason for her to be in this race. No one wants her in this race except for Democrat voters where they can claim to be unaffiliated. And there are some people who want to do harm to Donald Trump. The Democrat Party and the Republican establishment are one and the same. But she wants you to believe that, no, the reason I'm staying in is because it's my home state-ish and I can win it. So we're going to hold that thought because I need to make a bold prediction here.
Do it.
And for this, we actually rolled out our company Zoltar.
Wish is granted.
The implication is she'll lose South Carolina. Yes, Nick.
Your head was huge.
I know.
It moved kind of weird,
It
too.
looked like a Mongoloid trying to get a prediction. You'll be wearing a helmet in 2 weeks. What? What was I going to say? God, I can't keep...
I asked you to hold the thought.
No, Hillary. What the fuck's the Indian's
Nikki
name?
Haley.
Nikki.
Nikki. Maybe she's playing. I think she's playing. Her book. First of all, speaking fees are going to go up the longer she stays in. Book prices, all that, book sales, and maybe she thinks she's having a wet dream about VP, which we know is not going to happen. Right. But she's, she's doing this for herself.
Hence the wetsuit.
Yes, hence the wetsuit.
I think she's never going to. Donald Trump would never bring her on as VP.
Oh,
she's
no,
the kind of person
I
who would
know.
stab you in the back.
I know.
You had some interesting predictions for VP.
Yes. Again, long shot. I want Vivek.
Okay.
All right. I want Vivek. I've been saying that forever. Jim Brewer tried to talk me out of it. I don't know why. But my long shot is, but I don't know. Maybe not such a long shot. Elise Stefanik.
Oh, yeah.
Elise Stefanik, the woman in New York that made an ass of Claudine Gay and everybody else.
Yeah.
And she had always been touting how much she liked. Every time I saw clips of her, even before the Harvard garbage, she was always defending Trump and his policies. And, that goes a long way with Mr. Trump.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's interesting. I think some people are thinking maybe Carrie Lake, who we'll have on the show tomorrow.
Yeah. That would be great, too.
It would be fun, but again, I don't know if she really helps win Arizona. Yeah.
Don't they like her out there?
No, well, they do. She definitely got the old screw job there with her election. And I think it could still be someone like a Tim Scott. But hey,
God, please no.
Send your prediction there below. Who you think?
Please no.
Well, come on now. You know what people will say.
I know what I'm going to say.
You know what people will say about you saying
I'm a people. Like I said about Tim Scott, nice guy. The best that black people are not boring. He's boring.
He's black?
Black people are not boring. They found a boring, and he's a great guy. He's a true conservative.
Yeah.
He's got Mr. Ed's teeth. I can't look at that shit for the next. Every time I want to see him, I throw him a carrot.
Yeah.
Anybody? Quiet in here. What the fuck, you related to this guy?
Well, I was thinking of trying to how to land this plane before we go to Mud Club. And then the carrot thing. And I was like, all right.
Segues of a kid.
Just to close this, to give you some context, Nikki Haley, one of us is in deep trouble because the only time in modern history that a candidate has lost their home state, in a primary and become president was 1968, and that was Nixon. Right.
Well, let me just say this.
There you go.
About that.
Yes, exactly.
I got nothing to say. Go back to Stephen.
Look, I'll say this. So Nixon lost to also a Californian. But Nikki Haley is no tricky dick. She's really more. Look, I would never say this, but people have told me she's no tricky dick. She's an untricky bitch, is what they say.
She's no tricky Nikki.
That's what he said. He does the Nixon, and it's quite, he says he's not a crook. I believe him. Unlike Nikki Haley, who I don't believe, frankly, because she's a liar. Oh, that's what people say, and I say, don't say that. They say, it's true.
Watch Slider with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.